So welcome back, coders. Keep on coding, never give up. Now we're talking about destructuring. Destructuring means, for example, if I have an array here with Mustang F150 and Expedition, and I want to destructure it, which means I want to remove individual elements from it. The old way of doing that, you would have to use their indexes. So this is index 0, this is index 1, this is index 2. So you'd pick each index, and that's how you would destructure the array. But with ES6, there's a new way of destructuring the array. So to destructure an array in ES6, let's call it the new. To use small letters, new way. So the new way of doing it, I would say const. Then I would open my brackets. Then I would put car, truck, and I would put SUV. Then I would say let it equal to vehicles. So what will happen is that these vehicles, each variable would be put into these different variables. Car const. So car will equal to Mustang, truck will equal to F150, and SUV will equal to Expedition. So these vehicles will be put into these variables. So this is the new way of destructuring in ES6. But this new way of destructuring in ES6, it is position based. It means that if maybe I never wanted to put truck, I never wanted to pick out truck, I could not just remove truck and leave it like this. No. What would happen is that car would be put into Mustang. Now F150, instead of going into truck, it will be put into SUV, and Expedition will be put into nothing. But the other way you could do it, if you wanted SUV to be given into Expedition here, what you could do, instead of putting the truck variable, you could just leave it blank and then put a comma, then leave nothing here, then another comma, SUV. It means that car would be Mustang, then F150 would be ignored, then SUV Expedition will be put into that variable. So that is in what destructuring arrays. But also destructuring could be useful in functions. So let me show you how it's useful in functions. What if I had a function that does a calculation and then returns an array? So usually the function should return an array. Let's have this function calculate, takes in a, b, const add, then subtract, and then it returns for me an array. So if I wanted to access each of those values, I would have to use the old way. I would have to define each index and then access each of those values. But with destructuring, I could just say const. Then I would open my array brackets, and then I would open my array brackets after const, meaning that I'm going to define each variable, add, subtract, multiply, divide, and then I would just equal it into the function calculate. Then I would pass 2 into the function. It means that this array which this function is going to return will be destructured and then put into each of these individual variables. It means that outside here I can just console.log, I can console.log, let's say the add value, let's say add. Let me save, let me come here and do that. You can see 6 has been printed. If you add 4 plus 2 is 6, or maybe I could console.log the subtract value. So do cls, the subtract value, you can see the subtract value is 2. So that is how you could destructure an array that has been returned by a function. So thank you for watching. Keep on coding and never give up.